Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Casey. If you are new here, I am a STEM working woman as well as a host of Crowning Women podcast. Today I actually have a podcast interview at 11. Completely forgot about it. I checked my Calendly. I have like all of my calendar stuff done for podcasts on a different phone and didn't realize that I have an interview today. So I need to get all ready. I need to curl my hair, do my makeup, and I normally just wear like my merch or some sort of hoodie that has my logos on it for my episode recording. I know that sounds kind of lazy, but at the same time, it's like I still want to represent without having to be all businessy. Like it's very calm, cool, collective, and a casual conversation with all of my guests. So we're going to go ahead and get into getting ready with me. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about who I am and what's going on in my life. So I already put on my glow recipe, the watermelon, like moisturizing, like glowy gel stuff. The next thing I'm going to put on is my CC water cream, and it's just this Korean skincare. So it comes out in like these like white beads, but when you put it on your skin, they like explode and match your skin tone. So it's kind of nice. So then it'll just match and I don't have to worry about putting on like a full foundation. Usually when I put this on, I like to put on the Clinique under my eyes. The Even Better Skin Broad Spectrum SPF Evens and Corrects. So when I'm tan, but I like to put this under my eyes so then it will just brighten everything up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put some concealer and we're gonna mix it with that Clinique on my face. And we're just gonna do just a little dab, just a tiny little boop. Beauty blender, and I'm just gonna blend that out just to get something under my eyes before I start. It brightens it and evens it just a little bit before I actually put concealer under my eyes. And I'm going to use my nude stick. It's in the shade Nude 4, but I'm only gonna do a little bit because I'm gonna put some of the Tarte on top of it. I just really like the Tarte. It's the creaseless concealer. One of mine, I have the shade Light 20N, but one of mine is like good and one of them's like super dried up. So I don't know if I just accidentally got a tester or what I did, because it just does not want to do anything for me, which I don't like. And then on the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty. It's in shade 220C. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there. And then I need to put some on these bumps. I had done face tanning drops the other day and it just breaks out my skin so bad. Just anything on my skin, I touch it and it's just like blows up. Love that for me. So kind of what's going on recently in my life. I feel like I've had this weird, I can just do it this way because I can see myself, weird like FOMO for everything, whether it was Halloween or New Year's coming up. I'm really scared. Like I want to make sure I'm doing something for some reason. I don't know why. It's really annoying to those around me because they're like, can we just not sit at home and be normal people? No, we can't. I want to actually go out and do things and not just sit at home all the time. I know it sounds really weird, but I'm literally home 24/7 with work. So I don't want to be at home any other time. Then I have to. I'd rather go out and get food and drinks and, you know, just have dinner and real conversation because I'm at home all day talking to people through a screen. So it really is just not on my to-do list to just stay at home all the time. Concealer, again, it's just the creaseless one, and do it under my eyebrow. Just so I can carve out my brow. And I'm just using a regular eyeshadow brush just to blend all that under. Because I like to bring it in here and get that. Because right here for me is one of the darkest parts of my eyes. I don't know if it's just me, but it's kind of annoying. And I'm also going to take my contour in a second and do something very similar, which I saw this technique I'm about to do from Whole Avery the other day when I was at Revenge Face with the girl that won. I had a giveaway for Crowning Women podcast, and she won. And so he did this really cool technique I had never seen before. So I'm going to actually take one of my darker concealers. This one is just a Makeup Forever concealer. I don't know when I thought I would ever be that shade. Never. I never use like a liquid contour, so we're gonna see how this works today. And it may be orange, and that's okay. because we're gonna blend it out anyway. Look at that. That is too funny. And I've already done my nose contour, so it works. And then I like to get a little extra right here to pull my face up. Okay. I recently moved to North Carolina. I say recently, I moved a year ago. And I still just like haven't gotten acclimated to what's around me. I have no idea. I work from home, so I never leave, and I never have an idea of what is around me. Like, I know where the local Chick-fil-A is. Like, I know the important stops, but not the ones that would actually give me excitement and do stuff. I don't know any of those stops. We're gonna use a brush for the nose and the eyes just because. Oh, why do I look like an animal from Lion King? Back to our Rare Beauty. I really like some items of the Rare Beauty line, but not all. Okay, let's do my eyebrows. I need to be like quick, fast, in a hurry because I am like taking my dear precious time today. I'm going to be using the Morphe eyebrow in shade Mocha, and it's their brow cream, and then I will be setting them with the Morphe Clear Supreme Brow, and then I'll probably be like coating them. I will be coating them with like to like put them in place with the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony in Deep Brown. So I'm just gonna brush them up. I'm trying to think what else is really going on in my life right now other than just, I'm still preparing for a lot of things in the behind the scenes. My website just launched. Kind of what else has happened lately? My website launched, my merch just came out. I did it on Etsy because it was just so much easier to do it there, but I linked it all to my website. So now it's just getting all of it to actually like transfer over and sell through there is kind of nice. So I decided to go with a different company to make all of my stuff. So that was a lot of, you know, talking and deciding and figuring out what I wanted to do with all of that. And other news stuff going on right now, I am getting ready to go to San Diego for Christmas. That's going to be super fun. So I have to come up with all my outfits for that. I haven't decided on what I'm going to bring. I have a few packages coming in this week on probably Tuesday or Wednesday. And so I may do like a little like short series try on haul of all of that because why not? That would be fun. So luckily, like, I don't work on Fridays, which is super nice. Oh, and I'm using the Morphe Mocha Brow Powder. I got like a brow kit from them. Is everything that I have that I've been using, so it comes in like a cute little kit. So now everything matches. So I have 90s eyebrows, and it's really annoying because sometimes they just don't want to lay right or they're just too thin, and so they just don't look good. I feel like that's my number one thing that drives me nuts when I do my makeup is my eyebrows. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm not going to put the gel in today because it's going to remove the powder I put in. I wasn't thinking about that before I did it. So we're just going to go ahead and go in with that Rare Beauty. I usually use the Cosa. I just have like a little one of that one right now. The Cosa Air Brow. So I'll probably put that on afterwards. It's just a clear lifting gel. So I'm just going to put some extra color in my brow to keep it down. Because I have all these little extras. And this has like little fibers in it too. That's what I noticed. Because when you get it on your skin, you see the little fibers. And you try to like get rid of them. They stay. So just be aware of that. Don't know what I'm going to ask for this interview today. I don't ever have like rehearsed questions. I kind of just see where the conversation takes us. But the only question I do ask at the end is like, in what way has pageants positively impacted you? That's my favorite one. That's the reason why I actually ask that question is because people, their answers for that will sometimes shock you. But on any podcast, I know the other week I had gotten interviewed by one of the SCAD beauty students. And she was asking me a lot of like questions I've never been asked before about the podcast. Like, you know, how do you find diversity on the podcast? How do you talk about these things? And I had never been asked those kind of questions before. And so it was very interesting that I talked to that on the interview I did. And the palette I'm using is literally just the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. There's a funny story behind this. So this is a good one. A couple years ago at Christmas, my mom's gonna hate this when she watches this. I was like, Mom, I want this eyeshadow palette. And she said, okay, what is it? And this was like back when like getting palettes for Christmas was like the it thing. So I was like, I want this eyeshadow palette. It's by Jeffree Star. Okay, Jeffree Star. And I showed her, it's got all of these colors. It's rainbow, so exciting. It's called the Jawbreaker palette. And on Christmas Day, I opened the James Charles Artistry palette that was completely rainbow. And when I say my mom, I've never let her live that down, I was devastated. Like, genuinely devastated. And I need to be grateful for all I get for Christmas. I was so thankful for everything else, but that. I was so upset. I was still complaining about it. And probably, like, 3 months ago now. Like, it has been years. Like, this was, like, 2016. Like, years. 2016 era. So, now I'm walking through... Where was I? I guess Nordstrom Rack, I think it was. And there it sits. Brand new packaging, fully taped off, never been opened. Jawbreaker palette. And it was like $20. I was like, I don't care how old it is. I don't care how bad it stinks. Like, I have to have this palette. So I bought it for $20-something from Nordstrom Rack. And it honestly, it's still my favorite palette. Just because I just bought it. It's still my favorite one. The colors are good. It blends nicely. But yeah, it was a really bad Christmas. And it has never been. Every year I'm like so upset. I'm like, Mom, remember that one year you didn't give me that palette? And I mean, every year she's like, you're so ungrateful. You're right. The Jawbreaker palette. So Jen, if you're listening, I got it for myself. Yeah, she hates when I bring that story up because it just is very traumatizing for her. Do I want to do a red or a cotton candy? I feel like I just need to go neutral with the Tasty Brown. Yeah, I'm just going to go neutral. But yeah, so that's a good little story that I had never really told people was about the Jawbreaker palette incident. That's been a big issue every Christmas. I always bring it up. My mom just gets so upset, and then she'll leave the house and go to like Food Line and go shopping or something. She just gets so upset about it. Another good story. One Christmas, I wanted the Conspiracy palette. I had watched all of the videos that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star had put out about it, like the huge promo for it. I was super excited. And when I say I was devastated, when my mom goes, when did that even launch? I had no idea. I wanted it so bad. So bad. Dropped the ball. Only twice, though. Only twice. Yeah, so that was another funny one. I don't know what it is. Every time Jeffree Star does something, I'm like, I have to have it, and then I never get it. Until 6 years later. So maybe I'll run into that Conspiracy palette at one point. My college roommate, shout out to you, Kylie, she had all of them, and so I got to just stare at them from a distance. So anybody that does those big box giveaways usually has stuff in it that didn't sell, or kind of like the advent calendars. That's a hot topic. I don't know if anybody watched the Charlotte Tilbury advent calendar this year. The advent calendars last year, I guess Chanel had like given like not good stuff. So everybody in the comment section was like, good thing this wasn't like Chanel's last year. So I hope Chanel just didn't do an advent calendar this year because people are coming for them. There's an advent calendar for like W7 or something. I don't know what that brand is. It must be like maybe like a drugstore brand. I know that they had it at I think it was Marshall's or TJ Maxx because my cousin had bought one of their palettes a long time ago. I don't think the like payoff of the colors really good in the eyeshadow, but supposedly it was like pretty decent. And they had a advent calendar at CVS or Walgreens. I'm not sure one of those drugstore makeup places. And people were like going berserk over it like a couple months ago. And then there was a Target one that people were like, oh my god, Target has an advent calendar. And it had a bunch of random stuff in it. It wasn't just like one brand. It was like stuff they sell at Target. So that's pretty cool. So if you're looking for an advent calendar, those are some good ones. But back to Lauren North's story. So Lauren had done an opening of like an unboxing of the Charlotte Tilbury one. And I mean, there was some good stuff in there. However, like you could tell some of the stuff like people just like have never used. She was like, I don't even know what this is. Like, what is this? And that's how I think about advent calendars, is it's stuff that people either didn't buy or didn't do well, and they just have mass, like, amounts of it, so they just use it. Like, I understand they gotta get rid of product. Best way to do it, get people to just buy the product at a lower price. Probably at cost, honestly. Because when you buy those advent calendars, I know the one that she did was like $200, but she's doing a giveaway for it on her, like, channel. So if someone wants that advent calendar, she's doing a giveaway for it. Another thing that people don't like is the air spun, and to be honest, it is literally my favorite under eye, but I don't use the white one. I use the banana one. I think that really was the game changer, was using the banana shade, not the white shade. Now that I have powder all over me and my floor, because my thing is broken. I always break these. I don't know how. My last one cracked on the side, and powder would just spill out all over my makeup kit. If you look at my bag, you'll see it's literally everywhere. Hey! I need to put on lashes, but I don't know what lashes I want to put on. And there was this girl talking about, or actually I take that back, it was an Instagram reel. This girl was talking about, like, if you want to do what you're going to do it. Like, don't worry about that one person from high school that's going to make fun of you, because they're all going to make fun of you. And I'm like, yeah, look at my life. I'm now using the Mario makeup in the lip shade Johnny. I just realized I didn't send the link to join the video as well. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to have to do that. Now I'm going to glue on my lashes and finish up my lips. The color I'm using today is shade Brielle, which, funny story about that, Brielle, the shade of this, is actually my cousin's neighbor. It's just such a good shade. Like, it's a good, normal, everyday shade. And then I'm going to top it with the Buxom, the plumping lip stuff. This stuff's really good. You get a little shine. Doing little thin lashes today. I'm not doing anything crazy. I just want to have small lashes, because usually I do like big, fluffy, voluptuous lashes. Just look how full they look, though. That's nice. But with the other lashes I wear, they're just so thick. But the cool thing about them is that they're like spaced out. I had them in one of my other videos. In the last video, I think I did. Also, this palette I'm holding is the Influencer palette by Lady Code. If you know who Lisa Opie is, she's also on Instagram, YouTube. She was a YouTuber for a long time. She's a hair and makeup artist, and she is awesome. I did a giveaway with her a few months ago. I also have an episode with her on the podcast. And she, back in the day, used to do pageants. Fun fact. Make sure my neck is all blended. Bad thing is I'm wearing a white hoodie, so hopefully it doesn't come off on it. Okay. Well, thanks for getting ready with me for my interview that I forgot that I had, that I now have. So, hope you enjoyed this video. I have more content like this coming out, and definitely don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn the ring notification on to know whenever I post. Bye, guys!